Hi, this is Kevin Trainer, and I'd like to welcome you to my tutorial on installing Java on OS X. I'm recording this in the summer of 2016, and let's just take a look at what we're working with here. Okay, so about this Mac, we'll see that we have OS X El Capitan version 10.11.4. Okay, so it's the most up-to-date version of OS X that is available today. And now we're going to go and take a look at what we have for Java. Now, I'm going to bring up a terminal. Now, I probably don't have a normal dock bar down here, so let me talk about how to find a terminal. Okay, I go to this Launchpad, and then under Other within Launchpad, I'm going to click and get a whole bunch of things, including a terminal window. So I'll click that, and that brings up a terminal window. That's normally the way you'd have to bring it up. I brought it up a little bit earlier, so it still was in my dock. Okay, so how do you find out if you have Java installed? Well, the way to run Java from the command line to see what you have installed is you type in Java, J-A-V-A, space, hyphen, version, and enter. And you can see that it says no Java runtime is present, requesting install, blah, blah, blah. And we get a little bit of information on finding out how to install Java. But basically speaking, what we have is just we have no version of Java. As an alternative, you might have run this and gotten Java, and then you would have the version, and you'd have the version Java 7, Java 8. You'd have the distribution number and the build ID. We want a fairly recent version of Java, so we want a fairly high version of Java 8. So if you don't have that installed, well, then you just want to act like you don't have Java installed, because we're going to install Java right over top of, we're going to install the new Java right over top of whatever you have. Okay? So let's just minimize the terminal window, and let's open up Safari and do some browsing. And let's go take a look at java.oracle.com. And we can see right here software downloads. And what we want is Java SE, Java Standard Edition. That's what we need. So we're going to click on that. And then we're going to have different downloads. Okay. And this looks pretty straightforward. Let's just look here. We have we've got Java SE downloads, Java Platform JDK, 8U91, 8U92. Okay, so those are very new versions of Java. And I want the JDK. You can get the JRE, the Java Runtime Edition, or the JDK, which is the developer kit. And we want the developer kit. Okay? So I don't know why we have so many alternative buttons, but let's just come down here and we have JDK download. So let's click on that. And now we're going to either be able to download 92 or 91. 92 is more recent than 91. So let's say we're going to do 92. And whenever you pick whatever you're going to download, you have to make sure that you click the radio button to accept the license agreement. So we're going to do that. And we've got here Mac OS X. So I'm going to click on that link. And we're going to see the beginning of the download for that. Now that could take a little while to download, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause our recording so you don't have to watch paint dry, and I'll be back when the download's a little bit closer to done. And now we're just about done with the download. And that's it. So I'm going to click on the download and click on the .dmg file that came down. And it shows me a little opening action. And pops up a window, Java Development Kit. Double click on icon to install. So I'm going to double click on the box icon. And now I get a dialog that's started. I click continue to move on to the next part of the dialog. It says it's going to take 534 megabytes. That's fine by me. I'm going to click on install. And now, as usual, I have to type in the password for my operating system. So it will know that I have the authority to install stuff. And now I'm just installing away. And it asks me if I want to find out about next steps. I don't, because I know my next step. So I'm going to close that. And let's close this installer dialog. And I'm also going to close the Safari browser. And so the question is, have I properly installed Java? And how do I check that? Well, I can just go down to the terminal. It's in the dock. We never closed it. We only minimized it. So I'm going to click on that and come back. And now I'm going to type in the same thing I did before to check for Java. Java space hyphen version, enter. And there we are. We have the Java SE runtime environment, build 1.8.092 B14. That's just what we were looking for. And I have what they call the 64-bit server version because I have a 64-bit operating system. If I had some other operating system, I probably would have downloaded some other version. But this is the typical version that people are downloading these days for recently purchased Macs. Okay. And that's it. So I can close that window. And I know I have Java installed. And I'm ready to do some of the next of the steps of the installation process, which are going to be in other tutorials. So I'm going to say bye until next time. Bye-bye.